Hi guys, and welcome to Meet Your Executive Officers. So today we're going to be meeting your executive officers that you have just newly elected. I'm Ethan.
I'm Tom.
If you've just joined us from our Liberation Officers live stream, we know that went really well, and thank you for all your questions. So please feel free to send in any more now. That was a lot of fun as well. So let's introduce your new officers. We'll start with Joanna. And we've got Ben, Ruby, Ashley, and Pooja. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So
How did you do?
what I thought we started off with is just let you guys introduce yourselves so everyone knows who you are. If we start with Joanna.
Evening, everybody. I'm Joanna. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Union Development Executive.
Great, thank you. And Ashley?
Hi, everyone. I am Ashley Sojani. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your newly elected Opportunities and Engagement Executive. I got it.
Great, thank you. And Ruby?
Hello everyone, I'm your newly elected academic executive. My pronouns are she, her, and I just can't wait to get started.
Great, thank you. Ben?
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm your Welfare Executive Officer. Pronouns are he, him.
Great, thank you. And Pooja?
Hi guys, I'm Pooja. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm your newly elected Equality and Diversity Exec. So excited to see you all.
Great, thank you. So I'll hand you over to Tom now for the first question.
Yeah, thanks, Ethan. So it's great to meet you guys. Firstly, I'm not going to attempt any of the titles just in case I get them wrong. So you'll just be your names. You'll be pleased to know. But first up, obviously, it's probably quite fresh, and Joanna and Ben, you've been re-elected. But how is the winning feeling? How does it feel to be elected by your peers? We'll go to you, Joanna, first.
Oh God, so it was a range of emotions. As soon as I found out last night, I was in tears. I was with all of my family. It was amazing. And today it's just this amazing sense of relief. And it's also that they like me. You really like me feeling, you know, all these students went out and voted for me, and all of these beautiful people around me. It's amazing.
Oh God, all right, people, please. We've got it. I'm kidding. That's brilliant. Thank you. We'll go back to another re-election. So Ben, you're up.
Yeah, so obviously, a bit like last time, it took a bit of a while to settle in. A bit quicker than last time. I think this time last year I don't think it really hit me yet. But yeah, so it took a while to settle in. A lot of emotion obviously flying around. But yeah, particularly that settled in a bit today. Just very happy and keen to get started, continue doing what I'm doing, really. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's brilliant. And we'll go to Ruby next. How does it feel? You're obviously a new winner. How does it feel?
Do you know, it was a mixture of nervous, excited. I feel like it's not sunk in yet. I was pretty over the moon, and just meeting my lovely team, like I feel so lucky, and I'm just so excited. Brilliant.
Well, this is it. This is the sinking in moment. You're live on broadcast. It's the right chariot of fire. So we'll go for Ashley next. You're a winner as well, a new one.
I think it's the same for me. It hasn't sunk in, especially I feel like my result was so close, and I was on the phone with my friend and I'm like, okay, it's not going to happen. And it happened. And my friend was like, it's happened. I'm like, what's happened? So I think it hasn't sunk in for me yet, but I know I have known Jana and Ben previously, and I'm so excited to start working with Pooja and Ruby as well. So yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, it's fantastic. And Pooja, we'll go to you next.
Well, I can't believe, like Ashley said, I'm not still into the reality because, yes, this is my first win as well. So I'm really excited. I'm really nervous as well, but I know I'll make it through.
You definitely will. And if I'm not mistaken, you're actually broadcasting in or streaming in from India now, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
That is unbelievable. How international this stream has gotten. I love it. So thank you for that, guys. They're great answers. Can't wait for the rest of the discussions. We're over to you, Ethan, for the next question.
Great, thank you. I'm loving this already. You seem like such a team already straight away. So my first question for you, and it should be quite apt for this, starting off to introduce yourselves, is what are you most excited about now you are elected into the role? If we start with Ruby this time.
I am most excited to just get on campus, get working with the team, like get the ideas flowing, like really just get into it. I'm just obviously it's all so new, so it's just really exciting.
Great, thank you. I feel like everyone's excited to get back to campus at the moment, so it'll be great for you guys to start be able to work in person. And Ashley.
I'll just reiterate what Ruby has said. Just being back on campus, and for me, it's a whole new chapter. I mean, I've been a student for such a long time, and I've visited that office so many times as a student. So I'm excited to be on the other side of that table this time and see what that brings with it.
Great, thank you. It'll be good to get a different perspective on that as well. Pooja.
Well, I'm actually so excited to meet people because it's been a while because I went on a placement after my second year. So it's been nearly 2 years since I was on campus. So my feeling is completely different, guys. I can't wait to meet people in general.
Great, well, it'll be good to have you back. And Ben.
Yeah, so I'm just really excited to obviously get back onto campus, support students coming back from the times I've been in, and also get working with this great bunch of people and this great new team that we've got. So
great,
thank you. And finally, Joanna.
I'm looking forward to calling dibs on my desk. Yeah, obviously I am excited about getting onto campus. Me and Ben haven't actually really worked on campus yet, but I think there's so much to look forward to. But calling dibs on my desk is definitely going to be a big plus. So
get your priorities sorted straight away then. That was all excellent answers. Thank you, guys. I'll move you over to Tom again.
Yeah, once again, brilliant answers. It's great. I can, as Ethan said, feel the cohesion of the team already kind of coming together, and the dynamic seems like it's going to work really, really well. So that's really exciting. I'm going to stick with the winning theme. Like, call me an optimist, or just being positive. But how did you guys? Obviously, you said about it was a mixed bag of emotions hearing the result. But did you do anything special to celebrate? I know there's not too much we can actually do. You couldn't exactly hit the streets, but is there anything in particular? So, Joanna, we'll go to you first. How did you celebrate upon hearing the news?
So I was really fortunate. I had my family around me. I have a support bubble helping childcare with my nephews, and he was there. We opened up a bottle of Prosecco. I ordered 2 large Domino's pizzas and chicken, all for myself. Ate that, got a stomachache, and watched my nephew kind of realise what was happening. And the best part of last night was his delayed reaction when he started clapping. And then I said, Auntie Jojo is going to have more money to spend on you for Christmas now. And this 1.5-year-old baby just went, yay! And I was like, okay.
That is brilliant. That's an absolutely fantastic way to celebrate.
Really sweet. It was brilliant. This one over here, as I call him, my work husband.
Well, we'll go to him next. Go on, Ben. What about you?
I think it's great. I think I like it. There was actually no plan there, but I did practically the same, and we've got a Domino's. So yeah, it's much quieter than last time. Just sat down, ordered a pizza in, and then just sort of relaxed the rest of the night. Really, so. Not much, but
it's enough. Pizza is never not much, and especially at 6:10. You're starting to hear me on my second stream talking about pizza. I thought I'd gone insane. So maybe getting off the pizza delirium, unless anybody else did. Pooja, how did you celebrate?
I slept off. That's actually something true because I had to sleep for a long time. I was quite tired over the campaigns and stuff, but more than me, my friends were really excited. So I was just making a lot of phone calls. My family was excited, and that's it.
Yeah,
I was really excited. That's
brilliant.
That's the way I celebrated it.
That is absolutely brilliant. Ashley, we'll go to you next. How did you celebrate?
I had a typical like Indian moment in my household where I was on the phone, the results came out, I was very shocked, so I screamed, and my grandma thought something happened to me, so she like started crying, and then she realized what it was, so she started crying even more. And then my mom and dad were, you know, watching it, and they called, and they were crying, and I was crying, and everyone was just crying. I think nobody believed I'd do it, and I'm like, are these happy tears? What's happening?
Oh, that's brilliant. So all of a sudden all these calls started coming in, like the domino effect to get the pizza, to get it, the pizza. Thank you. This is better than the last stream. That was actually far more clever. And Ruby, we'll go to you. Oh, okay, so you know. I thought about this guy again. We'll go to you, Ruby, last but not least. How did you celebrate?
Well, I was making dinner at the time, and I just squealed. I just couldn't believe it. I picked my dog up. We danced around the kitchen. And then after that, I was well and truly exhausted, so I went and had a bath. And that was my celebration, a bit of me time.
Fantastic. I think that's what it needs to be. It's a well-earned rest, but the dog had no idea what was going on. That was fantastic. Cool. So I think we've established that Ethan gets more of the hard-hitting questions and more serious work-related ones in. So we'll go back to him next for that one. But thank you for your answers, guys.
I was going to say thank for that, and I'm really hungry, and I've got to ask a bit more serious questions. So cheers. Well, that was some excellent questions, guys. Thank you. So answers. Now we're asking the questions. So first, another question I've got for you is: when you guys start up again and you're in charge, what is the first thing you plan to be doing when you start off? So we'll start with Pooja this time.
Oh, the first thing that I'd be doing is just go meet people, say hello. Just introduce myself, just let them know, because equality and diversity, I think it's a fairly new role into DSU. It's only recent, so just want to know that, make sure people are aware of such presence, and make sure that their voice can be heard, especially for BAME and LGBTQ community students. So yeah, that's what I would do. Just make sure that the awareness is there for all the students.
Great, thank you. That's such an important thing to be getting started off with as well. Ashley?
I think very similar to Pooja, because I'm going to be working closely with society and Demon and stuff. I think it's just going to be reaching out to them and telling them, it's happened, guys, I'm back. You're going to be seeing me for 1 more year. So back to that WhatsApp chat that we're all in. So I think it's just going to be like start forming those networking, those relationships, because that's what's going to help, start working from there.
Great, thank you. And Ruby?
Well, as a new face, I'm just super excited to get on campus, get meeting people, introduce myself, let people know where I am, and just sort of call if you need me, just really make some new connections and just get the word out, I guess. I'm the new academic exec.
Great, thank you. I think it's just good to get your bearings a little bit when you first Ben.
Yeah, so probably start sort of working on trying to get students back to campus and work on rebuilding those connections within DMU that have unfortunately sort of broken down a little bit due to the pandemic. So we're trying to work on getting students back onto campus, back together, and rebuilding DMU and rebuilding that great community we know DMU has and can be.
Great, that'd be great to see, obviously. And finally, Joanna.
I think the first thing I'll want to do is, so it'll be quite nice. It works slightly different with me and Ben. We're not going to have to go through as much training this year, which you do. You guys have got a lot of fun stuff to look forward to reading. But the first thing I'm going to want to do is get to know these three, and I'm going to want us to spend all of the time in the world together so that we get on each other's nerves so much. It's almost like we're a little mini family. So that's my first priority, is to become the mum of the group and make you love me so much.
That's lovely. Even though it's a bit forceful, it's lovely though. The intention's there. Tom, back to you there.
Yeah, definitely. I think what's so kind of incredible about this year, especially election-wise, is how unprecedented it's been. We've mentioned the COVID circumstances, the whole thing having to be campaigning online and all that different stuff. So I'd just like to, and somebody that commented would really like to know what each of your favourite parts of your election journey were. So obviously it's a bit different for Oh, I mean, you're in the same boat technically, but let's go to Joanna first, obviously, as a re-elect. What was your favourite part of the journey?
Oh my god, the end of it.
It's a fitting answer.
Yeah, no. I mean, this time round, it was trying to learn new things. You know, we were all trying to learn how to use TikTok and online forums. But yeah, honestly, the best part for me was the ending, because it was just that relief of mainly knowing that I get to do this for the full 2 years. I never have to do it again. Next year, I can be where the other execs are, hopefully announcing the next winners, and then I can move on knowing that I've made my impact.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Ashley, we'll go to you next. What was it like for you?
I think my favorite part, for me, I am a little bit comfortable in front of the camera. So for me, was pushing myself. I'm like, now what can I do? And I got cooking, and I can't cook to save my life. So one of the things I'd done for my campaign content was cooking. But I think more than that, I really enjoyed seeing everybody else's content, just seeing everybody, you know, do their first TikTok or take that first video and put themselves out there. It's been so cute. And I'm like, you know what? I love you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm yet to kind of wade into the TikTok water, probably for the best based on how this has gone so far. But maybe that's something we'll look into next year. Ruby, we'll go to you. What's been your favourite part of the election journey?
I think it was probably the personal journey. Like, I felt that it was very tough. And it was quite intense. There were times where I was like, God, like, can I do this? Like, I just, you know, it was tough, but like, you know, coming through, like powering on through, believing in myself, backing myself, and now look, you know, it was definitely like the personal growth that was definitely the best bit.
Yeah, it sounds brilliant as well. And it's a huge part of it, of course. It's not just political, is it? Of course, it's about learning about the community, but also learning about yourself. Pooja, we'll go to you next. Did you have a favourite part? Anything in particular?
My favourite part in particular, I would say, when students actually replied, I have to be honest, because I was sending all of my campaign stuff, you know, with posters and content, and people see the message. I was just wondering, did it reach you? I was really confused. Did it reach you? And then when someone replied, oh, what are you going to do? What's this? What's that? Then I was like, okay, I'm actually talking to people. I'm actually doing some campaigning in here. So that was actually my favorite part, when I got to talk to people.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of it. It's a huge part of being Students' Union representative and an executive officer. That is a massive part of talking to people.
Campaign, it was quite difficult, I have to say.
And it's purely, yeah, and obviously an online campaign was purely based off of getting responses from people and over text. And obviously someone that knows about talking to the community. Ben, how was it for you second time round? Was it second time round? Yes,
Yeah,
re-election.
Yes,
cool.
re-election. Yes, it's my favourite part of the journey. I'd probably say sort of trying to sort of work out what I was actually going to, what I was going to do, and how to connect with people. I learned a lot of stuff about social media. So a very quick crash course as Joe started. My social media skills were infamously lacking. So I've had a good crash course on that, and sort of just learning and meeting people, and just the whole lecture experience was just amazing.
That's brilliant to hear from all of you guys. Thank you. And I'll throw it back to Ethan for some last questions.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for all the answers there, guys. One of my last questions for you guys is, so now obviously everyone who's voted for you knows your manifesto and everything like that. What is the biggest thing from your manifesto you really want to drive home that that's what you're going to be working on? If we start off with Ruby this time.
Yeah, mine definitely is going to be as academic exec, really working with the students to make their learning experience better. I feel like this last year has been so crazy and unprecedented. And I mean, who even knows what next year brings? But just to like ensure that everybody's happy, like the content that they're receiving, you know, the level of education and even the communication that they're receiving from their personal tutors. I mean, that is something really key. Like, I'm sure everybody feels connected, because online it's really tough not seeing people face to face, so just making sure that everyone feels supported and that you know, if they're reaching out, their voices are being heard.
Great, thank you. Next, Pooja?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my bad.
What I'm Okay, so I think just actually looking forward to bringing in a lot of culture into the campus, because we've all been deprived of, a lot of things, traveling, seeing people, meeting new cultures and stuff. So I'm actually excited to, have a more lively campus, once we all return. So I'm looking forward to that.
Great, thank you. And Joanna?
For me, so I will say I'm fortunate enough to sort of know the process for the next year. So I strategically wrote my manifesto out. The most important thing from it for me is this initiative that I want to do, which is for students by students. Students have had a whole year of being at home. They've not been at the union. I really want to highlight you guys. My face gets to be everywhere. I want to put you in the spotlight for a change and get you hosting things and, telling you about what campaigns you want and doing fun stuff like that. And, really bringing it back to the students. So, and I think that will work pretty well with the other 4 as well.
That's great, thank you. Ben?
Might be supporting students' mental well-being and sort of start to rebuild that side of things. Obviously, students' mental well-being and mental being in general across the population has taken a massive knock due to COVID. So we're starting to support students, again, like I said, rebuild those connections, start to support the students back onto campus and back, hopefully, into normality, which should be coming quite soon.
Hopefully, yeah, and that's such an important thing to be focused on as well. And finally, Ashley.
I think the biggest thing that I'm going to be working on is, like everybody has said, we're coming back from a very unexpected year, and we've not had the society interactions that we're all used to. And I think just working with societies personally as well, the one-on-ones and going to their sessions personally, using my platform to give them that exposure that they're probably going to be lacking because they've not had it this year. So just working with those societies and getting them out there, making them accessible to other students, and just making everyone aware that this society exists. Join it.
Well, great. That's an excellent answer again. And thank you all for answering that. I can really feel how much you care about the students you're representing already. Over to you again, Tom.
Yeah, well, we're just coming to sort of see the end of the stream now. Can you believe it? But obviously, with elections and things, as with most things in life, one person is not an island, and I'm sure there are people that you want to thank. You couldn't have done this incredible campaign and be so successful by yourself. So we're going to go to Joanna first. Is there anybody in particular, or anybody you'd like to thank?
So, firstly, all of the societies and students that voted for me. And also to put my and then also every single candidate, not just the 4 that are in front of me. Everyone did such an amazing job this year. Win or lose, you guys have learnt skills that a lot of other people won't, because you had to do this during a lockdown. And most importantly, I'm really excited to work with Ben again, and especially you 3 lovely ladies. However, I really want to thank the 3 most important people in my life, and that is our current executives, Dia, Aisha, and Laura. You 3 have made this last year so amazing. I have learned so much from you professionally and personally, and I'm going to miss you so much. And if you're not watching this, I'm going to get really upset with you tomorrow at work. But just know how much I love you, and you 3 are going to do amazing things in the world. Thank you so much for everything.
I like how that was a really kind of emotional moment and just segued into a threat. No, that is brilliant, though. Thank you, Joanna. Ben, we'll go to you next. Everybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, there's quite a few. First, I'd like to support is everyone who supported me and all the societies, and everyone put the effort into sort of message other people, and everyone who sort of took that effort to vote as well. I also thank every candidate who ran and everyone who I spoke to as well. It was a great experience. So I'd like to sort of thank my family for supporting me over it. I think I don't know how it's been sort of living me the last couple of weeks, sort of demanding the house to be quiet while I sort of try and film X, Y, Z. But yeah, I can officially say I would sort of like to thank the current executive officers as well. They've taught me so much, and they still do every day. And yeah, I wouldn't be half the person and half the exec I am if it wasn't for them. So
excellent, thank you for that. Pooja, we'll go to you next. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Well, the first person would be my best friend, Sid, because he's been really motivating and really supporting me throughout. I was getting a bit skeptical here and there because of online campaigning, because I wasn't sure if I'm actually reaching students or not, but there was huge support from him, so I have to definitely be thankful to him. And obviously societies and actors, all the students there, they've been really supportive. And all of my friends back at the uni, I haven't met them actually for a while now, because after I went on to my placement, I haven't really met them, but they've been really supportive for me. And every stranger who's voted for me, really thank you, especially DSU team. Throughout the campaigning, I've asked lots of questions. I've like piled up questions and kept sending it to DSU, and they kept responding. So definitely a big thank you to you guys as well.
Yeah, they're a fantastic body, the SU, so that's brilliant. Ashley, we'll go to you next.
Mom, Dad, they're probably crying while watching this as well. I think for me, I'd like to start obviously with the students. The reason I'm on this live right now is for everybody who voted. It was so close in my category, but thank you for voting for me. And the candidates as well who are not here, or on these lives, they've put up such a good campaign. Competition was tough. If we thought, reaching out to students was hard, it was because everybody did so well. So thank you for putting up good campaigns, because it pushed me to, try and do better. So thank you. And the SU team, Mohammed, I have sent a million emails. So, for keeping up with that. And as far as campaigning material goes, she's designed the poster that all of you have been seeing on social media. I don't know what I'd have done without that girl. And Rahul, who has been my rock for 13 odd years now, was on the line with me throughout every day for the last 3 weeks, making sure I don't go crazy. And most importantly, Adam Redfern, whatever I know about lives, whatever little I have known about interaction, I dedicate this wholly and solely to him. So this one's for Adam.
That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Ruby, finally, we'll go to you.
I want to thank my family for putting up with my tantrums and my stress the last few weeks. My brothers for teaching me how to use social media to the potential and how to make the most out of Instagram lives. And really like my friends, my peers, and most importantly, everybody that has supported me and got me to where I am now. I'm so grateful. And thank you to DSU for all the support. Obviously, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. And I'm just so grateful to have such a lovely team. I just feel like we're just going to be amazing.
Definitely. I would like to thank all of you guys for those brilliant answers. And obviously, when we're back on campus through Demon Media and DSU, we might cross paths again if you're so unlucky. And it'd be great. I can't wait to see the amazing work that you're going to do. So thank you for coming on the stream today. Back to you, Ethan.
You've basically covered it all there. Thank you for being on. Thank you for those lovely answers and some excellent answers there. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone who sent in the questions, and mainly thank you for you guys, and again congratulations with your new executive officers. So yeah, congratulations guys, thank you all for watching, and
thank you.
We'll